Ladies, the men are telling on themselves again. Come look. Matt Walsh says the birth rate in 1850 was almost 300 births per 1,000 women of childbearing age. In 1950, it was 106. Today, it's 55. Half of what it was 75 years ago, 20% of what it was 175 years ago. We need to start taking this problem seriously before we march into our own extinction. Normally, I'm not the biggest fan of giving trolls on the internet attention, but I just think this is so funny because what is the problem, Matt? Like, say it out loud. What is the problem? Women don't want to fuck y'all. Women don't want to have y'all's children. And if we don't start taking that problem seriously, we're marching towards our own extinction. I just want to point out that in that one phrase, it's giving so much away, right? So first of all, the problem is that women want nothing to do with men. Now, this one is obvious, but the fact that he's considering it like a problem that we as a society need to solve is very much indicative of how he thinks said society functions, right? And he's giving away the real game that the patriarchy and marriage and women actually doing all of the labor is the actual backbone of the patriarchy. We as humans might actually start heading towards extinction without women performing this labor, this reproductive labor. Which by default also means that it's women that are the ones who build society. The thing that men love to brag the most about how they built society, is actually 100% untrue. Because a society is not built, it's not made of buildings. It's not made of houses. It's not made of structures. It's made of people. The fact that men built society means absolutely nothing, because how many of these societies have come and gone, been completely buried, overgrown, destroyed, etc., just eaten up by the earth, because the earth doesn't give a fuck about the buildings, like the structures or anything like that. What you need to actually create and keep a society going and functioning is women, not men. Men did not build society, women did. But it's very important to men that we as women don't know that we have that leverage. Right? Because here's the other giveaway in that little phrase. The other giveaway is that the only difference between 1850 and 1950 is that there was slightly more birth control, and we knew more about family planning and like natural cycles of fertility, and there was at least we started introducing birth control, and women started being able to decide if and when they want to give birth. So a lot of like underground methods to control your own body that women knew about and would share about. The only difference between 1950 and today is that birth control is freely available and women can make their own money. I'm actually surprised it's not lower, and I think it's gonna get lower. I think it's going to get more and more rare if birth control continues being freely available, and if women continue having normal freedom, right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, as we should under the Constitution, which means that we should also be able to work and provide for ourselves and not have to depend on a man. So if women were to continue having actual freedom over their lives and their reproductive systems, it's actually women that would go their own way, and that would not mess with men, and that would not be creating children for the system and for the men. That's what would happen. Men really love to threaten us with the whole like, you're just gonna be a blue-haired feminist and you're gonna like unalive alone and all this stuff. And women said, bet. That's still better than the alternative, which is being financially tied to and abused by a man that only views you as an appliance to like clean his house, cook his food, and bear his children. The whole time he's going to be lusting after other women. He's going to be criticizing you. He's going to be using you as an emotional like rag doll to take out all of his frustrations on. He's going to be using your body for his pleasure. That sounds like you're in a hell prison. A lot of women would rather unalive alone than live out that hellish nightmare. Congratulations, yes. Like, we will head towards extinction because men have given women absolutely nothing to want to continue. The other giveaway in that tweet is that it's women that control which direction things go. Mother Nature does not care about the opinion of men. The more freedom that women are given to make a choice, the ones that are like, yeah, we're probably going to go extinct, but that's okay. Like, if y'all don't think women know this, we know this. And no, we don't want to contribute to the ranks. That's why we're not having kids, because we actually get to decide. And so the last and final thing that I'm going to talk about, because this tweet is full of projection, but the last and final thing that I'm going to talk about that he's projecting is that men have always needed to create artificial environments in order to trap women for their labor and to extract free labor and society out of women. Because without us, they will have nothing. Does that make sense? This is why women have always needed to be oppressed by artificial structures. Because without us, the men have nothing, and they know this. They're just continuing their very public extinction burst on Twitter. And this is why women always end up getting their rights taken away. Because when we are given our rights, we refuse to contribute to this dumbass society. And the idea that the patriarchy is the system we all need to have to live under. Like, we don't. And every time we're given the choice, we choose not to do it. It's the men that need the patriarchy. And the men who have previously been like, oh, women just want to trap you and tie you down and all that stuff, start setting out traps for us. Because we're not trying to trap them at all. Men love to be like, oh, women are going to baby trap you. We're not doing that. Nobody's doing that. In fact, we're having less babies. Why aren't you happy? Nobody's getting baby trapped, right? No, it's them that need to trap us. Please stay safe out there, ladies. Stay on your birth control. I love you so much. Godspeed.